who's actually going to get the most out of a 48-inch, dual-zone wine and beverage fridge, and who should probably keep scrolling. If you're a casual wine drinker who only pops a bottle on special occasions, you might wonder whether spending a few $100s on a built-in unit is justified. On the flip side, if you run a home bar, entertain weekly, or keep a collection of craft beers that you like to keep at precise temperatures, you might be looking for a solution that stores both wine and cans without crowding your kitchen. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The big question is, does the CaLefort 48-inch bundle hit the sweet spot between capacity, convenience, and price for everyday buyers, or is it a niche piece that only serious connoisseurs will appreciate? When I first started digging into the wine fridge market, the biggest thing that kept me up at night was the fear of buying a unit that either can't hold my collection or, worse, doesn't actually keep my bottles at the right temperature. There are a lot of dual-zone ads that sound great on paper but end up being temperamental when you actually load them with a mix of reds, whites, and a few cans of soda. The CaLefort bundle tries to address that by offering two separate compartments, one set to the classic 3465F range for wine, and a second zone that can be dialed lower for beverage cans. In practice, the real test is how those zones handle daily use, like when you pull a few bottles for a dinner party, then refill the can side with a case of craft brews after a game. Let's start with who should buy it. If you're the type of host who likes to have a variety of drinks on hand, this fridge can be a real time saver. The 48-inch width gives you roughly 11.3 cubic feet of interior space, which translates to about 220 standard 12-ounce cans or 52 wine bottles. That means you could stock a decent collection of reds and whites while still having room for a case of soda, sparkling water, or a selection of craft beers. The dual-zone cooling system uses a compressor to maintain consistent temperatures, and the internal air circulation is designed to keep the two zones isolated. For a household that enjoys both wine evenings and casual beer nights, the convenience of a single appliance that handles both tasks is a clear win. Another segment that benefits from this unit is people with accessibility concerns. The manufacturer specifically mentions a user-friendly design that considers disabled users and the height of the fridge. The glass door is double-glazed stainless steel with UV protection, so you can see what's inside without opening the door, and the handle is positioned low enough to be reachable for most users. If you have mobility issues or simply want a fridge that doesn't require a deep squat every time you reach for a bottle, this design choice can make a noticeable difference. Now, who should skip it? If you're only looking to store a handful of wines, say, under 10 bottles, and you don't really care about keeping cans chilled, you'll likely find the size and price excessive. A smaller, single-zone unit would handle a modest collection just as well, and it would cost a fraction of what you'd spend on a 48-inch fixture. Also, if you live in a very small apartment where floor space is at a premium, the footprint of this fridge might be a hurdle. It needs a dedicated spot, plus a bit of clearance for the door to swing open fully. And if you prefer a fully integrated look, like having the fridge flush with your cabinets, a freestanding model will look out of place. On to the practical strengths. The first thing most users notice is how quickly the fridge reaches its set temperature. Because it's a compressor-based system rather than a thermoelectric one, you'll feel a noticeable chill in the first few hours of power-up. That matters if you're planning a last-minute dinner and need the wine to be ready on short notice. The double-glazed door also does a solid job of minimizing temperature loss when you open it, so you won't see the interior temperature spike dramatically after a couple of bottles are taken out. As a result, the rest of your collection stays stable, which is crucial for preserving the subtle flavors of fine reds. The other practical upside is the flexibility in how you arrange the interior. The shelves are adjustable, so you can accommodate taller bottles or fit a few larger craft beer growlers. That adaptability is something you only get with higher-end models, and it means you can reconfigure the space as your drinking habits evolve. The built-in LED lighting is bright enough to see each bottle clearly, and because the lighting is on the inside of the glass door, it doesn't add heat to the interior. No product is without its trade-offs, though. One hidden downside is the noise level. Because it uses a compressor, there is a low hum that can be heard if the fridge is placed against a wall without any